morning, Central Texas. Welcome to Kids Community Connections, 103.1 Kids FM. I'm Phyllis Jones, your host for this morning. And this morning, I just want to put it out there before I'm giving my announcement. My guests, they're all shorter than me. See, somehow they start laughing. You know, they're short, and I'm 5'1", so they're shorter than I am. You know, I just want y'all to know that before, you know, I introduce my guests. But first, we're going to talk about Houston. And we're going to talk about the part about Houston that you didn't see on CNN. I didn't say that, did I? I mean, okay. Anyway, we're going to talk about what you didn't see on television. Because, you know, during this, we know a lot of people are actively moving around, but not everybody was not told. But also, I'm going to give you some information about Houston. If you're here in Killeen, Texas, or in Central Texas, and you were a part of the evacuation, but you're living with you're staying with your relatives or some friends, please go to the Bell County Expo Center and sign yourself in. Because if you do not, when FEMA starts giving out the money, you won't get anything. You won't get any of the benefits because they didn't know where you were. So you don't have to stay there, but you need to go there and check in, fill out the paperwork, get everything going, so they'll know where you are. Also, if you are here from the evacuation and you had a job, and we'll say had because you most likely don't have it now, it's not there, but if you had a job and you're here, you can also file for unemployment. So you need to go to the Texas Workforce Commission in Killeen on Cheyenne and sign up for your unemployment. Now for the not good news, and the news most people don't know. If you lived in Section 8 housing, once you leave there due to a flood, once you leave and you're gone for a certain amount of time, and let's say everything is clear, you go back home to your apartment and your landlord has redid your apartment, you know, because he's got to repair, redid it. Do you know your lease with him is null and void? And he can raise the price. So if you are in Section 8 housing and you go back and that has happened, is it legal? Yes, it is. And I mean, I hate to say it, but we need to know it because, you know, when we don't know, something happens and then we get totally confused about it. But I just want you to know that, like I said, if you live in Section 8 housing and you're part of the disaster, your agreement with your landlord is null and void. It doesn't exist. Will that happen? I don't know. But, you know, it's better to be prepared and to know rather than you had no clue. And, you know, a lot of us are focusing on Houston, but actually there are 29 counties in Texas that have been declared a disaster area. So I'm not saying don't focus on Houston, but remember, there are 29 other counties that we might need to help or to do something about or get in touch with them to see what we can do, anything. But there are more than just Houston as a part of the evacuation. And I know a lot of times we put out, you've heard people saying that FEMA is hiring people to work. They actually are. They're hiring people all the time because they need people to work this evacuation. They need people to work, wow, just to get everything back together again, because you have no idea the amount of paperwork that it takes and the time it takes for all this to take place. And FEMA can't do it by themselves. And they always do hire people to come out and get everything, help them get everything together. So I'll say if you, FEMA has, in fact, they have a lot of employment opportunities for you. They hire vendors to do different things. They have customer representatives is what they're calling it. The job locations where they need you at is Baton Rouge, Louisiana, basically in the 29 counties in Texas. You'll be hired, if they hire you, you'll be working most likely about 90 days. So if you don't have a job and you're looking for a job, contact FEMA. And I know you said I'm saying contact FEMA, but I'm not giving you anything. So I will give you their email address to contact. And it's careers, CAREERS, at FEMA.DHS.gov. And also you can be a reservist. A reservist is a person that's on call, ready to move if they need to move out. You're there and you're ready to do so. There also are, wow, there's a lot of opportunities. They're also hiring they have small business programs going on where they need people to also help. Vendor program for people that they need to help. There's so many things that they need. It's like ridiculously huge. But if you email that, go to the email that address that I gave you, you can find out more of what FEMA has to offer you as far as help. Also, during this evacuation time, and when you get to go back home, you find out a whole bunch of things that are going wrong. And don't be surprised if they are. But I'm going to give you somebody you can contact for some services. And right now, your Texas Bar, State of Texas Bar Association, I can't even talk this morning, they're offering free information, and their hotline is 1-800-504-7050. So if you do run into any legal problems or any issues that you just don't know how that happened, call them up, find out. They will help you with everything you need to know. They can help you with locating emergency shelter. If there's funds that you're supposed to get and you didn't, they can help you with that. But they're standing and waiting. Also, if there are any other lawyers that want to join that team and help out, they can. And they're ready for you to contact them. Now, we're going to talk about the groups that did things that we didn't know about. And I'll say most people didn't know about. But did I know? Yes, I did. How did I know? I found out. I did some checking, searching. You know, we have the Red Cross, correct? Yes, we do have the Red Cross. But did you know the new Black Panthers have a Black Cross? And they had it in Houston. And also what they did was they handed out life vests. Something real simple. Something all of us forget about. But they handed out life vests to people when the floods first started. And they realized it was, getting extremely high. They handed out life vests to people. And like I said, I was thinking of what to give them. And here they come up with something so simple, so easy that none of us really got figured it out. Now they said, I'm telling everybody, you need to get a life vest. Also, there's a group called Houston Unity Tribe. And Houston Unity Tribe, what they did was the night before they released the dam, at that night about 9 to 1, they had 15 boats and some floodlights, and they were going around trying to find people that were out there and get them back to safety before the dam burst, because you figure once that burst is I'm not gonna say all over, but not easy to go and get you. So the Houston Unity Tribe, they also work to be able to put things back together and to help. And they have also the groups that also have helped is the Melanated Men in Action. I know you're gonna go, where did I get these groups from? But I do know they exist. And guys here, did y'all know about the Melanated? Y'all didn't know? Houston Unity Tribe? No. New Black Panthers? Oh, okay. Okay, so they got some work to do. I didn't say y'all did, but y'all got work to do. But and what and also there's the Black Lives Association, and like I said, the Houston Unity Tribe and the New Black Panthers. They got together and they formed National Black United Front, because they're all doing something. So they formed together to do even more. Do they still need supplies? Yes. And guess what's on their #1 list? Pull-ups. I know, but pull-ups are on their #1 list. And they need crayons and coloring books. So those are things that we've never thought about, but things that they need. And you remember, if any of you have children or have had children, kids use diapers like every second or so, I think. I don't know, but I think they do. But those are some of the things that they need. And if you're my Facebook friend, you kind of know the address already and everywhere to go. If you don't, I'll put it out there. If you want to contact, also you just go to Facebook, Houston Unity Tribe, and it's right there. And you can find out more of what's needed. Can you get to them now? Yes. So where they are, you can get to them. And also, what they did stretched so far out and so wide. So in California, they're going to do a concert for them. The concert would be to raise money for Houston Unity Tribe here. So you got to figure they must have did some powerful things for a group that doesn't even live here to step out and say, let me see what I can do to help. So contact. And like I said, for those of you who we thought, were we doing anything during this flood? Yes, we were. Did we get recognition? No, we didn't. So whose job is it to make sure we get it? It's ours. It's ours. We need to put it out there as much as possible. I do, and I will continue. Because often when you don't see us, it's assuming that we're not doing anything, which is definitely not true at all. We're always out there. We're moving. We do a lot, but we need to learn to highlight ourselves and the good work that we do. And we don't need to depend on anyone else to do it for us, because once we do that, then we lose. So that's my, I guess, my knowledge and my thing I need to talk to you about today. And if anything you want to look it up or listen to it again, my show here, you can go on through the week to mykiss1031.com, and you can actually listen to the show, and also you can share it with other people so they can get the information that you have. Okay, now my guess, and you're gonna know why I'm the tallest person in the room, for real. I am. And somebody's laughing. Okay. They have to explain this to me again because I kind of forgot what it was. But it's the ABA basketball team. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Oh man, I got that right. Okay, I'm doing good. Okay. All right, I'm good. And then you'll explain what ABA means, right? Because there's people who didn't know, like I didn't know. And they're called the Texas Nighthawks. I need to find out where that name came from too. And the only person I actually know is Terrence Hill. And I know him. He is the shortest one in the entire room.
Yes.
But good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, love.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So first, can y'all introduce yourselves and say who and what position you have? How do you serve?
Well, I'm Terrence Dill. I'm the general manager of the team.
How you doing, Andre Anderson, coach?
Jason Grant, I'm the owner.
Okay. So what made you all come up with Nighthawks? Where'd that come from? I just have to know where.
The name or the team?
No. We're gonna go to the team, but the name.
The name actually was, and being truthful, it was just a bunch of random names.
Right.
But this one stuck the most because we didn't just want to be the average, and this is no disrespect to any other.
Right.
We just didn't want to be the Kangaroos or the Eagles. We wanted something different that people would just be like,
Nighthawk.
Okay, a Nighthawk.
Yeah.
I've never really heard of a Nighthawk. What is a Nighthawk? So,
the Nighthawk watches what goes on in the evening. They don't sleep. They kind of control things. Okay, fine. I got you. See, okay, I got you. See, I know what a Nighthawk does. Okay, so when did the team begin? When and where? How?
No, it's not.
You heard I got the
It's a big story, but it's a condensed story. But then it's a.
But see, you're men. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me see. I'm doing it. You're men, right?
Yeah.
African kings.
Yeah.
So you got this.
We got this.
Okay.
It basically came through a vision, 3 visions that came into one.
Okay.
All 3 of us had the same vision.
Okay.
Never had met before, but came together because of this team. I actually, as you know, I was playing for a former team.
Yes.
And it was time for me to step up and take the next step to my career, which is being in a leadership position.
Right.
Which, when I took that step, I actually ran into Jason, and he was doing the AAU team at the time.
Hold on, what's AAU?
The kids, like the youth level basketball kids developing, trying to get to the ABA. It's like I was doing from like 13 to 16 years old, but the pricing was just out of control. So I wanted to try to mediate that, and I wanted to try to, instead of paying $700 or $900, charging $700 or $900 for parents to have their kids, travel and things of that nature. I didn't think it was fair.
Right.
So I talked to Terrence, and he was actually helping me coach the kids and things of that nature. And I was like always coming to a dead end. Like here in Texas, everything is about money. It's not about giving back to kids. And in my opinion, kids is the future. Kids, how much you put into the kids is what you're going to get back in society. And so I was always dipping into my account, my savings, everything like that, which I had no problem, but I just wanted to put back.
Right.
And so we kind of stopped the AAU, and me and Terrence, we came up with the idea, well, why don't we start an ABA? And with that, we can fund an AAU team.
Okay.
We can be a big brother too.
Okay. Makes sense.
And have that, where We can do our own clinics, you know, and we don't have to charge outrageous prices because in our contracts, you know, with our players, we can say, hey, look, this is going to be your community service. You know, we're not going to charge outrageous prices. We're not going to charge, you know, $3,500. You know, this week we're going to do, you know, a charity event where any kids that come this week, we're going to do it for free this time. You know, next time we might charge, but this week we're going to do it for free.
Okay.
You know, and that'll help. It'll
Right.
help develop, you know, we're going to set standards, things of that nature where kids can look up to this team and progress.
All right.
You know, so that's where we began our journey. And then when we started the ABA team, we met Andre, and it blossomed.
It was I actually saw a post that Terrence did on Facebook that whole first tryout.
Right.
So I hit him and said, yeah, come on through, because I'm the player development trainer guy. And
The who?
Player development.
What's
I
player
make
development?
players better. That's what I do.
Suppose they sorry.
I'll make them better.
Oh, okay. I just got to I have to know. I'm like,
But then I had a youth organization myself, Beyond the Arc, and worked with True Champs, good high school, actually childhood friend of mine, Floyd Thomas, out of Malakoff, Texas, and we just kind of merged, and here we are.
So, do y'all have grant writers?
No, everything right now we've been doing.
So you need to learn how to write a grant
Yes.
because you know that there's that midnight basketball grant. You know, there's a grant. It's called Midnight Basketball. What Midnight Basketball means, and it is not Midnight Basketball, but that's the name of the grant. But what that grant does is it opens up the schools. It will pay. The grant will come to your group, to your organization or group, and then you will contract with the schools. You will pay the schools to keep the gym open on Thursday and Friday night, and to keep the library open. But you all will be paying for that out of that grant. So that's something you all might look at because it pays you to do a program for kids.
Okay.
Midnight basketball.
Basketball, right?
So you all might look into that because it's there. And I keep telling people about it. Nobody does it.
Yeah, you told us last week.
Yeah. And nobody does it. And it's money out there that unfortunately I'm not gonna say we don't go get it. Sometimes we don't know it's there, but that's there, and I need somebody to apply for it because it doesn't make sense that other cities in Texas have it, but so it doesn't make sense for the money to sit there and we not take that thing and go get it because if you all get that grant, that alleviates a whole nother
Expense
for you all. Also, it gives you back to do what you're gonna do, go back to the community with the kids with basketball. But it's an agreement that you would make with the school district to do just that. And like I said, they're not losing any money because the grant pays for all of that. Okay. So it's always a win-win.
Okay.
So that, and yeah, I said don't spend all your money and think there's a lot out there, and that grant might lead you to where some other ones are. So. And I'm sure you can find, if you can't find anybody to do the grant, I know a lady who will help you all write it and get it done and all around so y'all can start applying for grants.
Okay.
Right. Because like I said, I hate money being out there and we don't take it. So what is your community? What did you pick as your community service? What does this group do for community service?
We do, actually we do everything. Right now, we've fed the homeless.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We fed the homeless. My wife, she's also a nurse. We've applied to go out and help the Hurricane Harvey victims. We're gathering clothes, things of that nature.
Pull-ups. Crayons and coloring books.
We're gonna put that out. Also, on the 23rd of September, we have our first exhibition game, and that's going to be in Waco. And part of our proceeds is going to go towards a foundation that's going to help the Hurricane Harvey victims. So some of our proceeds is going to be designated to that. So those are some of the things. We're also looking at cleaning the roads.
You gonna adopt the street?
Yes.
Okay.
So we can put our banner and things up. We're also looking at some of the like foster kids, like one of the homes.
I can help you with that. I'm on the Bell County Child Welfare Board. All we do is help foster children.
And that's
our job.
That's what we're trying to do. So like when we have our home games, bring them in, so they get autographs, things of that nature. When we have the chance, because a lot of our players, they also have other jobs.
Right.
So like I'm retired military. So I give up some of my time. Some of my coaches, when they actually have time, some of my players, when they actually have time, my GM, will go to the foster places, just spend time with them. We also, at the log cabin learning, myself right now, I go read books, things of that nature, trying to just establish a nice rapport with that establishment, so we can like basically have them, like we're kind of like sponsor them, adopt them as a place where we can put our banner up saying that, hey, you know, we adopt them, like, you know, how the military adopts the schools.
Right.
So.
Okay. So what do you all have, I'm asking this because I'm going somewhere with it. Do y'all have the portable basketball thing? Y'all have one?
A portable basketball rim?
Yeah, that, you know, the little, that you can, you know, put on the street and play?
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Okay, second question. What do you all do?
I see a block off the street feature 3-on-3 tournament.
No, I got no. This is gonna be a whole nother level. All right, on the 7th of October, which is a Saturday, the Texas State NAACP, the Health Chair, Carol Moore, myself, the State Education Chair, and the Veterans Affairs Chair, we're gonna host a block party, but it's not really a block party. But the city says if you're gonna block off the street, that's what we have to call it. But it's an informational health fair. We're gonna do testing for HIV, flu shots. We're gonna do vision services. We're gonna have the Veterans Health Van there, and every agency will be there that does anything and they give out anything. So when we do that, you know the community to which we're in, Avenue D, between 8th and Gray is a needed area. So what I want to know, and because we want to advertise for everybody, and so what I want to know is if you all can come out with your hoop and just play.
We'll be there.
And then some of the kids that will come can, you know, y'all can introduce yourselves.
We'll be there.
Y'all can have a table and put out whatever you need and bring your banner and put it up.
We'll be there.
Because what we're doing, we want to create a whole thing. We get, you know, the mayor's doing a ribbon cutting for it, and we're doing so we have the newspaper coming, we have the news coming, so you all invited.
That's awesome, because we actually we have a jersey. I've been trying to get in contact with the mayor.
Okay, Jose.
Yes. Because we actually got a jersey for the mayor. I'm trying to get him involved with our team to let him know, hey, listen, we have a semi-pro basketball team.
Right.
We're trying to be more involved with your community. You let us know what you need, and because we just want your support, your love and support to back us. You know, we want to be a focal point where we're setting, we have male role models that, you know, we want the kids to look up to in a positive way, not the rough way.
Right.
You know, we have dress codes, we have all these rules that we set, you know, that we have kids coming up to, you know, that's looking up to. And we just really want to have that support from the mayor, you know, so we really want him to come to a game, you know, so at halftime we could present him with the jersey saying, hey, you're a bona fide Nighthawk.
Yeah, right.
You know, things of that nature. So, you know, it'd mean a lot to us, you know, as a team, you know, and the community to see that, hey, we even have the mayor backing us up. So, you know, community, back us up, because we'll back you guys up.
Perfect way to do it. Because he'll be there. Because, you know, he's got to do the ribbon cutting. So I can put you all as being there?
Yes.
Okay, like I said, you play, but you have your table to advertise and bring your banner. bring your banner, and we'll let you put your banner up on the street, on the street, just because we want to make sure everybody's highlighted.
Yeah.
Do a small skills clinic too.
Yes. For the kids.
So write down what you're going to do then, because we're going to create a flyer and put everything on the flyer.
Okay.
So that, people know, aside from testing for your health and all these other services, also basketball is included in health because it's burning some energy.
Just all day?
And it's from 9 to 4.
9 to 4.
So you might as well stay all day. It's kind of all day. And if you all can't stay the whole day, that's fine. But just, stay along as you can and be part of the community. And stand up. So I asked a question. Okay, we women, we know that when we get into a certain place in the community and you do certain things, that dictates how you dress. So do y'all think the same thing? So do men think the same thing? That when you're all basketball players, so you have an image. So do you all have to be careful about how you dress when you go someplace?
Yes. And so I'm gonna be honest. As a professional athlete, yes, we do, because the image and of course with the logo on my chest, the image that I portray outside this uniform is what people are going to see me as every day. So if I'm got sagging pants and my boxes are showing, or I'm out in the community, not even just the way I dress, the way I carry myself or I speak, if someone sees me like that on an everyday occasion, they're going to think that when I just have this on, it's a facade.
Right.
So yeah, it's very important.
Basketball players, you see their faces on the court. It's not like football where it's covered by a helmet. So yes, you have to be able to instill, just like Terrence said, when you're on the court, off the court, people still look at you the same. So you make sure that image that you have is the one that you really and truly are. So, because they'll know him on the court and off the court, because there's nothing covering his face.
Because I know women, we've learned that lesson that you're no longer in control of what you wear.
Once we're in the community, like we plan to be,
right,
then you will have like those youth, because you heard these two gentlemen always talked about is youth.
Right.
So we're trying to bridge that gap and give them a role model that they probably don't have.
Correct.
So when they see him on the court and off the court, it shouldn't be too much difference other than playing basketball and the way he dresses outside of basketball.
Cool.
Because kids emulate. That's what they do.
Well, they judge you too, because they put you in a place in their head where you might say, I don't want to be there, but they put you there in their head, and then you're not stuck with it, but you actually are. It's yours. It becomes it. I was somewhere the other day, and it's like, so there's the radio lady. Okay, fine. I'm like, oh, okay. So she said, what can you tell me? She was a little girl. She said, what can you tell me? I'm like, I gotta figure out something to tell her. Okay, I'm like, I told her it was this week. I said, Friday, tell your parents no texting and driving is against the law. Okay. But she because she seen me somewhere else. So she remembered that I have radio shows. So I became the radio lady, and I had to tell her something. So when I did, I'm like, okay, now I got to remember to, okay, fine. All right, here we go. But we do. And a lot of people will say no. A lot of people, I know they'll do something. They do something in the community, and then you see them other day, you're like, for real? Really? Okay. And they go, yeah, this is my time. I'm like, I'm sorry, but we lose our time when we do those things. Unless you in your yard working.
Yeah.
But other than that, when we leave the house, we've lost that right to dress the way you want to dress. Yeah. So, yeah. So what are you all doing today sorry, you're leaving. You're going to...
we have a practice.
Okay. All right. Okay. But anyway, so you got the 7th written down?
The 7th is written down.
7th and the 14th.
And then the 14th, you are going to... I'm not going to say it because the coach listens to the show. I don't want the coach to know.
I don't want You don't want him to know?
Not till then. I'm going to tell him a few days before.
We're going to keep it a secret?
Yeah.
That the Nighthawks are going to be there?
Right. I'm going to tell a few days before.
Okay.
You're right.
All the players.
So I want him to just faint, at that point.
We're not going to tell him.
No, just let him faint. Because it's Saturday, so I'll tell him like Thursday.
Okay. That's cool.
I figure that's a good time to, to let him know.
Doesn't listen to the show?
It's okay.
Okay.
Well, he might not. I don't know.
Okay.
But he don't know what. Yeah. He doesn't know. I didn't mention no name. Right. So he won't know. But the kids would be excited. I think they're.
I make sure we bring like shirts and make sure bring shirts and some hats and things of that nature.
Show up and show out.
You be free to do what you got to do. Because we need our kids to have, even though they're playing basketball in middle school, you don't know where they're going to go after that. If they see it after that, they might strive for after that. You know what I mean? If they see,
especially if it's in their community.
Yeah.
They want to play at home, just like, and I don't want to say this, but just like his favorite team and the player that went home, but Lonzo Ball, you know, he plays at home now. So a lot of these players want to play close to home so their parents can
come see them play.
So.
Okay. So do you all ever do a little, well, I don't know what you call those, just play games? What is that called? Just play to play? What is that?
Exhibition games or just regular out in the community?
Like
just
in the
pick up
game?
Yeah, something like that. What do y'all call that?
We usually go to the park.
Long Branch Park.
Long Branch.
Just run.
Like twice a week.
Okay.
And that's like that's how I recruited a couple of our players. You know, if I see someone that's out there hustling, then I'll be like, hey, you know, are you interested in playing? And they're like, yes, you know, are you the coach? No. And well, who are you? I'm the owner.
Yeah.
Oh, so I made the team? No.
No.
You didn't make the team. You know, and that's why I tell my coaches, I say, hey, I bring players to you.
We're going to take a little break and then we'll come right back.